Well, we better ask that guy now. Yeah, because he knows what happened better than anybody. He found the body. He's the one who found her body, so he would know more than anybody. And yes, I should. I don't mean like I mean that might be a little bit disrespectful to a dead girl, but I mean I don't know. No. I'm not very good with the word. I'm not very good with the words, okay? And yet I decided to start doing Let's Plays for views and trying to become a professional Let's Player / anime reviewer / whatever else I come up with. You know what? Never mind. Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kotodama. So, I went back... Where is it? I went back to the last 4 chapters in the last episode you saw me. And that's not what I wanted. Where's my word book? There it is. That's what I want. I went back and got all the words for all of the original chapters. I just picked some new choices on my other time going through. Got a couple different words. And got some words that I kind of missed when I was playing through it originally. So now I have all the words up to chapter 5. And I believe I know where the last 2 are. They're in the same spot, so I know exactly where they are. But yeah, also... I was talking to another small-ish YouTuber, Bianca Martinez, link in the description, by the way, and I asked her some stuff about the game because she knows a lot about this game because she's played it several times and did a Let's Play of it that's supposed to, like, inform you about what's going on with the game and that kind of thing. So, yeah, again, check her out in the description. But anyway, I left a comment on her video, and we had a little bit of a back and forth. Apparently, I'm not supposed to confront Nanami at the end of Chapter 5. I'm supposed to wait to do that much later, when I have her SP word, which isn't in Chapter 5. So I'm supposed to do that a whole lot later, and work on that much later than what I had originally tried. So, with that knowledge going forward, I'm going to be replaying through Chapter 5 again, and trying to get the better ending. When I open the door of the club room, Cujo's already there. Yo, Cujo, you're practically a regular here now. Excuse me, I'm busier than I look. Anyway, I actually have a favor to ask the 3 of you today. As we discussed the other day, I too have been investigating the 7 mysteries, and I would like to collaborate with you. So let's work together. Cujo bows his head. Okay, Cujo-kun, we'll work with you, so please lift your head. Yeah, Cujo, it's not like you to bow your head like that, you know. The next mystery wants you to investigate is the Curse of Makoto. Or rather, the reason why Makoto committed suicide. Well, we know it's not suicide. We've established that Nanami definitely has something to do with that. And I'm assuming that's going... And she's... Okay, Bianca said that it would be revealed later what actually happened to Makoto. So chapter 5 is kind of misleading as to what actually happened to her. Because we know Nanami had something to do with it and she's crazy psycho, but as for what, she didn't say. Wait, the reason Makoto committed suicide? Cujo, you're saying you've been looking into that yourself? Yep. I've been trying to investigate it myself, but nobody will tell me anything. It's like they're walking on eggshells around me because you're the student council president. It's kind of hard to not be on your best behavior around you. I would like to employ the couple of the Occult Research Club. Okay, we already established that. I don't know about that, Nanami, what do you think? Well, I don't see the problem. Kuchiko is Makoto's boyfriend, and he wants to know. It's fair enough. I mean, this is like my 3rd time reading through this chapter now? I didn't make it to chapter 5 originally. I made it to chapter 5 and then the game ended. Then I made it here again and lost the game. So now this is my 3rd time playing through this chapter again. But anyway, yeah, this is my 3rd time playing through the chapter. It is gonna be interesting. Mainly because I know some things that I didn't know before. I have some new words to try out, which means that my Kotodama should be stronger. Not on the level that I'll be able to take down Nanami this episode, because I was told not to do that, and that I'm supposed to wait till later, but hey, I never claimed to be good at the games, and I never claimed to have all the answers. I just claimed to say that whatever answers I have are indeed actually answers. So yeah. We're the Occult Research Club, remember? We're investigating the curse of Makoto, so while we're at it, we might as well investigate the death of Makoto, too. Yeah, thank you. I don't mind if it's not the primary investigation. I appreciate the effort. Yeah, we're investigating it anyway, so we might as well get it over with. Fine. So what exactly do you want us to do? I want you to ask people around campus how she was doing before she committed suicide. We know what happened before she committed suicide. She was happy. She was gonna confess to her new crush. And yeah, things weren't going well with you. So because we know that she broke up and was actually planning to ask a new guy out. So she would have been doing pretty well for herself at that point in time. She got the counseling she needed and was completely fine. She didn't kill herself, I don't think. But who knows? It's just a theory. And if possible, I'd like to look you to look into her suicide note, which we know where it is. It's in Calrin's pocket. Her suicide note. I never heard about a suicide note. I did several times. Because again, third time playing through the chapter. She wrote one, but that fact has been hidden. I'd like to know how she wrote, what she wrote in it. And how exactly do you suggest we investigate her suicide note? What, you think she hid a copy somewhere on campus? Probably. Actually, it seems like there's indeed a copy being kept somewhere on campus. And you want us to find that copy? Easier said than done. Yes, I know. So if you can't find anything on that front, it's completely understandable. But I know where it is, so just ask me. Okay, so I guess it's finally time for us to solve the Curse of Makoto. Or, at the very least, think we solved it. You know the drill, guys. Let's split up, gang. I'll buzz you if I find any relevant Quacker posts. Alright, thank you. I think we'll head to the reference room first. Come with me, Zack. I don't really want to go anywhere with you, but I guess we should follow Nanami now. Yeah, we probably should. We probably should, just because we don't want her to know that we know something's up. Also, I figured out I can do this as a shortcut. So now I know. Today's lucky color is red. Again, that's still an ominous post to be leaving, Mr. Tanaka. Mr. Sakura Tanaka. First, I need to familiarize you with the story behind Makoto. That's why we came to the reference room. Okay. And well, like a refresher too. You don't remember what happened? Well, then again, I've been saying from the beginning that you kind of possibly killed her, so it's entirely possible that you don't even remember the story you made up. Let's see. I think the campus newspaper wrote something about her. It was about 2 years ago. Ah, here we go. Nanami fills with her phone and shows me the screen. She really was an accomplished kid. Amazing, huh? She placed in all sorts of contests, and she was always neck to neck with Kuchikun for top grades. She had an amazing personality, too. Everyone loved her. She was so amazing. So amazing, I was a little jealous of her. And then you murdered her, right? It might be hard to believe, but I was a tennis player, too. Makoto and I were a doubles team. Yeah, you may have mentioned that once or twice. Not in this timeline, but once or twice. But she was a genius on a completely different level. I could never quite catch up with her. After she passed away, I quit tennis. I guess I just lost sight of my goal without her. I'm sorry to get all sentimental on you. Nanami does some more searching on her phone. I guess the Academy really can't publish info on her suicide, huh? Looks like we got no choice but to ask around again. Right as Nanami looks up from her phone, a student walks into the reference room. Ah, Chinatsu-chan! Hello? Are you two up to your usual antics again? Yes. Yes, we are. You know us so well, Chinatsu. You know us so well. You know it. You're up to your usual patrols, Chinatsu-chan? Yes, it is my job after all, though it is a bit tiring to follow the same route every time. Wow, so even you get tired of monotony, huh? I misspoke. Please forget what I said. I'll give my patrol the attention it deserves today, as always. Yeah, we know. We know. We know. You like your job. You just can get a little bit tiring. Ha, sure thing. I'll forget it. But only if you tell me something. Let me try asking her if she knows anything about Makoto Sasaki's suicide. We already know the answer to this. She's not going to know anything. Yeah, she knows about the incident. Alright, that is it. Yeah, she knows about the incident, but she wouldn't know anything else beyond that. It happened before I entered the academy, so I don't know much about it. I'm sorry, I can't help you there. Now, if you excuse me, I have to continue my patrol. Chinatsu excuses herself. So I guess we can rule out asking any underclassmen. It's not like they'll have any new info for us. Yeah. Well, I guess I'll go start asking around. Naomi jumps to her feet and leaves the reference room. Let's get around about Makoto Sasaki again now, shall we? I believe now there's only one thing I've seen. There's only one possible place where this could be, because this is the only... Come up the roof and find Yukino there. This is the only place I can think of where the words would be. You were just thinking, oh, she's up here a lot, huh, weren't you? Haha, well, it's true, I am up here a lot. Gotta blow off some steam too, you know. So what are you up here for? Yeah, I might have done this. I'm investigating Makoto Sasaki. I was curious. Makoto, huh? Figures you'd come up to the roof then. You do realize it's pretty bad taste, huh? I need to reload. I messed it up. I messed it up already. I suck. Okay. Alright, well, guess I'll just, I'm just gonna do this. Alright, but I'll see you guys in like 5 seconds. Once it scrolls through all the text. Alright, back to where we were. I'm gonna ask the other option this time. Because I screwed this up. You were just thinking... Yeah, we know. Were you friends with Makoto Sasaki? You came all the way up to the roof just to ask me that? I'm impressed. Yeah, Makoto was my childhood friend. Our mothers were childhood friends, so we've known each other since before we were even born. That's actually not biologically or physically possible, but I'm with you in spirit. We used to hang out a lot. She always had great reflexes. I'd always be eating her dust whenever we raced. I could never catch up to her. But then there was just one time I beat her. I beat her in tree climbing. We were going to climb a tree at the same time and see who could reach the 3rd branch first. That girl reached her 2nd branch and just froze in place. Then she started sobbing like a little baby, and then I started crying too. Eventually our parents heard us and came to the rescue. They were so mad that we'd do something so dangerous. It was then that I learned Makoto was afraid of heights. I don't think she ever overcame that fear, not even after she got into high school. But if she's so afraid of heights, why would she bring herself all the way up here, climb the fence, and leap to her death? She won't... Yeah, that is weird. If she was afraid of heights, then why would she jump off a building to commit suicide? That makes no sense. That's a very good point. Yukino's right. The fence on the roof is quite sturdy and quite tall. I hate this. I hate dealing with all this gloomy stuff. Yukino leaves, wiping her tears. You're telling me someone afraid of heights jumped to her death? No, they didn't. And that kind of sort of disconfirms my theory that Nanami might have pushed her off the roof, because there's a giant fence. It would be impossible for Nanami to both A, lift her over the fence, and B, drop her over the other side. I still think Nanami had something to do with her suicide, but I don't think she jumped. I don't think she fell off the roof. That theory's been busted. But anyway, now I got all the points in Chapter 5. Hey, are you investigating with the RC again today? Nanami's finished showing you around campus, right? Female students start talking to me. I'm pretty sure we're in the same class. Well, there's something I'd like to tell you. Remember how there was a broken vase in the classroom the day you transferred in? Well, yeah, that was when Monchan had me use my power on Nanami to make sure I wasn't getting rusty. The truth is, I'm the one who knocked down the vase. I think Nanami was trying to cover for me. Yeah, we established this. Apparently, Kotodama doesn't work on Nanami. So this girl actually pushed down the vase. This girl here pushed down the vase, and apparently Nanami lied about having done it. But I can't ever take the blame forever, so I have to clear up that misunderstanding. So it's entirely possible. I know she can be a nuisance sometime, but Nanami's got a really gentle side to her, too. Well, that's all I want to say. See you later. The girl says that much before leaving. Interesting. You used your power back then, which means Nanami had to have spoken the truth. So that means Nanami... Which means Nanami must have thought she broke it, but didn't. I really don't know. I don't know the full story behind that. Hello. Matsubara-sensei's walking back and forth. Looking for Karen, no doubt. Why don't you try asking him? Uh-oh, am I stalking Mizuki-sensei? Of course not. Anyway, what are you up to, kid? What? You're investigating Makoto Sasaki? Cut it out, kid. You can't just investigate to see students like that. Listen, there's no point in digging up the past like that. Tons of people are still grieving. Even Mizuki-sensei who tried to counsel her. Wait, that's right. Anyway, just quit it, okay? Matsubara-sensei skulls away. Yeah, I think he might be stalking her. And then just a guess. I mean, having a crush is one thing, but actively trying to seek her out is a bit of a problem. I actually got accused for that in high school. I wasn't actually trying to stalk a girl. It just kind of happened. I was just happened to be in the same areas at the same time, and she just kind of assumed I was stalking her, and then I got yelled at for it. So, yeah, I got accused for stalking somebody, even though I wasn't actually stalking somebody. I thought I would clear that up. I didn't actually stalk anybody. I mean, you guys probably didn't even know about that, but considering... I don't know. I thought I would tell you guys that story. I was accused of stalking a person. I didn't actually wind up stalking a person. I just happened to be in the same place at the same time. I was just the wrong place at the wrong time. That's all it was. Hello. What's up? I tried asking him about Makoto Sasaki. Makoto Sasaki? You mean the girl who committed suicide, right? Oh, what about her? What are you asking about a dead girl? I tell him how the Occult Research Club is investigating the curse of Makoto. The ORC's got some balls, huh? I wouldn't touch that topic with a barge pole. Like, I don't want to get cursed or anything. Knock it off. Makoto wouldn't curse anyone. Oh, my bad. Was she a friend of yours? We were just classmates, but she was a really nice girl. But why would such a good girl go and kill herself? Does anyone know the reason? I'm not sure, but it's probably romance-related. Makoto was dating the student council president Kujo-kun, but apparently the relationship was a bit rough around the edges. Personally, I thought they made a great couple, but I guess every relationship has its problems. Yeah, we know, because Kujo was apparently jealous of his own girlfriend because she got better grades than him. Apparently. And then he broke up with her. So, yeah, we know the relationship wasn't great, because eventually it just boiled over to the two of them getting more and more jealous with each other, until eventually Kujo just couldn't take it anymore and broke up with her. She wasn't bullied or anything, was she? I never expected her to commit suicide or anything, but I guess you can never really tell with some people. That's pretty much all I know. Did that help? As I thank her and start to leave, she calls out to me. Please tell Nanami to calm down and not blame everything on the curse of Makoto, okay? The two of them continue their conversation as I leave. Yeah. But yeah, that's the only thing. But yeah, a lot of things about Makoto's suicide just make no sense. I mean, it's entirely possible. It's entirely possible something happened that caused her to fake her suicide. Who knows? But she would have. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure what I know what happened. Sort of. I mean, she couldn't have jumped off. She couldn't have been jumped or pushed off. She couldn't have been pushed off the fence because the fence is just too high, and Nanami wouldn't have been able to carry her over. So something else must have happened. That's my theory, anyway. The field is bustling with Toyo maniacs, and the track and field students are stuck with managing them. Here to spectate? The crowd's thinner over there. Actually, there's something I'd like to ask you. You want to know about the Makoto Sasaki-san? Oh, right, the curse of Makoto. I'm actually a first year, so I don't know. I know an upperclassman who might know something, though. Hold on a sec. Senpai, do you have a moment? Someone wants to ask you something. Know anything about the Makoto Sasaki-san, as in the curse of Makoto? Huh? I'm not sure, sir, I can talk about that. You do know it's taboo to talk about Makoto Sasaki, right? Especially in athletics? Really? Yeah, you'll get cursed and suffer injuries, apparently. That's why everyone in athletics avoids the topic. Why do you want to know about her? I tell them about how the Occult Research Club is investigating the curse of Makoto. You're with the ORC? Then why don't you just ask Nanami? Yeah, because Nanami would know. And we already established that she doesn't really want to tell anybody what happened. Cause she's been lying to everybody about it. So it makes sense that talking to her would be the last thing I would want to do. She used to play doubles with Makoto on the tennis team, so Nanami should know more about her than anyone else. Nanami-san used to be on the tennis team? That bundle of energy? Yeah, she was pretty good too. Everyone had high hopes for Makoto and Nanami as a pair, even the academy. But the tournament files, Nanami stepped up and they ended up losing. Yeah, tragic. Tragic, but that's what happens when you play competitive sports or competitive anything, really. Competitive gaming, competitive sports, competitive chess. One slip up, you're done. That's it. Everyone blamed the loss of Nanami, but she didn't let it get to her. She kept going, but quit right after Makoto committed suicide. The coach was really reluctant to let her go, but I guess it's hard to continue without your doubles partner. Wait, stop making me talk about you-know-who. If I get injured, it's all your fault, okay? Seriously? Come on, step it up, senpai. Kind of tiring to hear the same conversation over and over again, isn't it? Yeah, pretty much! Sports field. Anybody else know anything over at the sports field? Because I can go there again. Oh, that's right, you two. Toymaku hasn't gotten his times back, huh? He's never been in a slump this long before, has he? The toy maniacs are gossiping about him. Looks like he's in a slump right now with his times. Huh. Well, I think we knew that. I think he's struggling somewhat. I think something's happening with him. Like, I don't know, physically or emotionally, something is happening. Well, you find Honoka in the courtyard. I don't know all that much about Makoto Sasaki-san, sorry. Oh, but she was Kujo-kun's girlfriend, right? After she committed suicide, the scary story started spreading about the curse of Makoto. Honoka says, see you later as she leaves. There's nobody else in the courtyard besides the old man tending to flower beds. I don't see any other students around. Well, we better ask that guy now. Yeah, because he knows what happened better than anybody. He found the body. He's the one who found her body, so he would know more than anybody. And yes, I should. I don't mean like I mean that might be a little bit disrespectful to a dead girl, but I mean I don't know. I'm not very good with the word. I'm not very good with the words, okay? And yet I decided to start doing Let's Plays for views and trying to become a professional Let's Player / anime reviewer / whatever else I come up with. You know what? Never mind. But yeah, he found her because he jumped off. She did, well, jump off. I suspect something else is going on, but who knows? Can I help you? Try asking if he knows anything about Makoto Sasaki. All I know is that she committed suicide. You only recently transferred in, so I understand you're curious, but it's a bit in bad taste to ask around about topics like that. Okay. That said, it wouldn't be good to keep you in the dark about things everyone else knows about either. He gives me a pensive look before he starts talking. It's been over a year. It was raining that day. Awfully cold rain for March, you might say. I remember thinking it might even snow. I was the first discoverer. Early that morning, I was walking in the courtyard when I saw a female student face up on the ground by the building. He points to an empty area surrounded by colorful flowers. That's where I found her. I still remember. Yeah. At first I thought, why would someone be sleeping there? I didn't understand the situation at first. I was in a panic. Yeah. Nobody would be sleeping that early in the morning in a place like that in the rain. So I called the police and the investigation ruled as suicide. She had leapt from the roof. The students were all terribly sad after that. But all we could do was learn from the experience and move on. Yeah. Also, this is the CG, right? There's not much blood. Well, there is a little bit. Well, no. That's her hair, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's her hair behind her back. And there's no blood. If she had fallen to her death, and hit the pavement, she would be bleeding. She would have bled everywhere. So, yeah, she couldn't have jumped off and committed suicide. She couldn't have jumped off. Anyway, that's enough of that story. You should stop asking people about it too. Yeah, she couldn't have fallen off the roof because there's a fence in the way. And she couldn't have been pushed off again because there's a fence in the way, and she wouldn't have jumped off because because she's afraid of heights. So she wouldn't have fallen off the roof, and the lack of blood kind of confirms it. She was just kind of laying there. He continues to tend to the flower beds. Those flowers are beautiful. I never get tired of looking at them. Yeah, they are beautiful. They are beautiful flowers. Yeah, she wouldn't have... It's weird. That is weird. Hold on. It's gotta be in my collection. Hold on. It's in my collection. I know it is. Let me see. CG collection. Yeah. Yeah, there's no blood. If she... I mean, she caught up... I mean, if she had jumped off and fallen off the roof, she would have broken something. She would have broken something and would have been bleeding everywhere. But that's not what happened. That's not what's happening here. I'm just trying to figure this out. She's a little soggy, but that's really it. I'm sorry, I'm getting into investigator mode. I don't know. I watch a lot of Criminal Minds. I watched a lot of Criminal Minds with my sister. Can you tell? But anyway. That is... There's not a whole... If she had fallen to her death, there would have been a lot more blood everywhere. A perfect time. I thought I'd run into you eventually. I ran into Chinatsu once I entered the music room. That conversation back there reminded me of something. It's about the student council president. So I'm crying in the student council room just a bit earlier. I didn't think he noticed me walking in. I felt a little bit awkward, so I left. But as I was leaving, I heard him say, "Makoto, please forgive me." I suppose he really does blame himself for the loss of his girlfriend. It must be rough. Chinatsu leaves to continue her patrol. He's just been mourning this whole time, huh? Yeah, he's been mourning for a while. Library. Librarium. Let's see what's in here. Oh, aren't you? It seems people already recognize my face, perhaps because I've been hanging with Nanami a lot. You're asking about Makoto Sasaki-san? Sasaki-san would often make use of the archive. She's pretty sociable. We talk a lot, and she'd smile as she listened to my book recommendations. Back then, she didn't seem like someone who would ever commit suicide to me, at least. Back then. A few days before she took her own life, Sasaki-san seemed unusually out of it. When I asked her what was wrong, she said things like, weren't going well with someone important to her. So I guess she goes see Karin for some counseling. I wouldn't talk to Makoto myself, but I'm not good at all with relationship advice, you see. Sasaki-san smiled and said, "You're right, Mizuki-sensei does seem like she could help, so I'll go ask her." That was the last time I saw Sasaki-san. Do you think she went to Karin for counseling? Yes. Oh, sorry, I have to go apply some labels. Yeah, we know she went to go see Sasaki. Sasaki went to go see Karin for counseling. So we know that Makoto went to see Karin. So she wouldn't... and she did feel better after talking to her. Guess we should go ahead to the classroom now. I'm getting a lot of tweets. Any sign of Nanami? It's the curse of Makoto again. Keep telling her I don't know nothing, but she never leaves me alone. Well, it's been a whole year, and we still don't know what happened. This whole curse thing seems silly, though. Yeah, we don't know what happened to her. Oh, so you're investigating Makoto Sasaki-san? I see. What would you like to know? Has Makoto gone for you for counseling? I feel like she has. It's not because I've done this before or nothing. She has. It was just before she committed suicide. She wanted to talk to me because she was worried about someone important to her. She seemed quite worried, so I told her, you're both still young, so don't worry too much about it. Take a step back and relax. I still remember that advice I gave her. Back then she said, thanks, that clears things up with me. I'll think about it. So I never expected her to take her own life right after that. I know it's not an excuse, but I suppose I didn't take her case seriously enough since I'm not her homeroom teacher. No, it's time to ask her about the suicide note. Please show me the copy of your suicide note. You know I have a copy with me? Alright, you must have heard from Kagura-san. It'll serve as a reminder of my failure. A reminder to really listen to what my students have to say. Now, I can't give it to you, but you may read it if you like. I nod and promise to keep the investigation of the note a secret and adopt the investigation. Well, content of it. I messed up the words. I've done this a couple times, okay? And reading is hard. Especially when I have glasses. It's hard to see sometimes. It's a promise, okay? Mizuki-sensei takes an envelope out of her bag. I bet you think it's strange that I just let you see someone else's suicide note just like that. I suppose I'm a little cross with the Academy's administration. A huge event happened on campus, yet they keep the students in the dark about the whole affair. So without an official explanation for closure, the students come up with the Curse of Makoto of all things. A curse? That's no way to honor Sasaki-san's memory. I peek inside the envelope and find a folded sheet of paper. Mizuki-sensei nods silently. To my dearest partner, how long has it been since we first met? Ever since we became blah blah blah, we've been trying hard to match each other. I'm tired of blah blah blah, blah 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 blah, but I've decided I want to die. We're blah 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 blah, okay? Sorry for blah 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 blah. Makoto. Yeah, there's no way Nanami could have read all the parts like she did. It's too blurry. It's too blurred to read some of it, huh? Sasaki-san was holding the suicide note, but it got wet since it was raining that day. But you can tell me what it says from the legible parts, right? It's a letter for her boyfriend. I'm not so sure about that, actually. If it said, we're partners forever. That would have been a note for Nanami, not Kujo. It's a letter for... When I place the note back in the envelope, Mizuki-sensei takes it back with the utmost care. It shows it to Kagura-san too, but just the letter hung her head and said nothing. She was so good friends with Sasaki-san, so I'm a bit worried. I'm not. I know. I have an idea of what happened. I know Nanami a little bit better than you, Karen. I kind of know that some things are not quite right with her. That didn't come as too much of a shock. Probably not, considering she probably wrote the damn thing. Well, it looks like we collected quite a bit of info. Want to go sort through it now? Mizuki-sensei leaves the classroom after reminding me to keep my end of the promise. Well, this is the end of the investigation. Only Wakaba and Kujo are in the club room. Nanami's nowhere to be seen. Nanami sure is late, huh? She's probably bouncing off the wall since it's Makoto we're investigating. You know, ever since she joined the Occult Research Club for the express purpose of investigating the Curse of Makoto. Even though that's not what happened, it was... It was back in May last year. Every other club member graduated, and I couldn't convince any incoming members to join. Well, incoming students, not members. If they were already a member, that wouldn't have been a problem. Okay. It was back in May last year. Okay. The club was in critical condition, but then Nanami joined. If it weren't for Nanami, the club would have been disbanded. Can't exactly have one member club, you know? So in a certain sense, the Curse of Makoto gave the second win to the Occult Research Club. Kind of weird to think about it. But Kagura didn't join the club in May that year, did she? What are you talking about? Of course she joined in May. I remembered it was May because during the break I tried recruiting students at athletics and Matsuburo-sensei was super pissed. And the reason Kagura joined the club couldn't have been to investigate the Curse of Makoto. What do you mean? The Curse of Makoto wasn't a thing until after Kagura joined the club. Because she made it up. She made up the Curse of Makoto using the Fallen Planter. You remember the Fallen Planter incident? Of course you do. It's the most famous incident attributed to the Curse of Makoto. How could I forget? That happened last June. But according to my research, that was the first incident. Ah, you're right. That's weird. I was sure the Curse of Makoto came first. The whole time I was under the impression Nanami joined the Occult Research Club to investigate the Curse of Makoto. No, she joined to create the curse. I guess she genuinely liked the occult. Bam. Someone suddenly slams the door open. It's terrible. Nanami-senpai's been hurt. Oh, jeez. Nanami. Nanami. You need to be careful around the stairs, please. I'm so sorry for causing a commotion. Chinatsu apologizes on her knees. It's okay, Chinatsu-chan. Really. It's all this blockhead's fault. What? I didn't do anything wrong. I just fell on the stairs, that's all. I'm so sorry. Nanami-senpai insisted she was okay, but I still panicked. Still, you let us know what happened, so it's all good. We should be thanking you. I bet Nanami just got a bit too excited and jumped off the stairs. No, I didn't. Owie. Okay, it looks like you twisted your ankle a bit, but you should be fine. What on earth happened here? I was going through my usual rounds when I heard a scream. When I rushed over to see what happened, I found Nanami-senpai on the ground. What happened? It's not like you to fall over like that. I don't know. Before I knew what was going on, I was falling down the stairs. Do you think it's the Curse of Makoto? Maybe she's mad since I read her suicide note. You read her suicide note? You wrote the suicide note, Nanami. Pretty sure. Pretty sure you wrote it because you know things on that note that nobody else should know. Yeah, I did. She said she was tired of trying to be a good match, so she committed suicide. I almost sped through this entire section. That was a whoop, slip of the thumb. No. Grisha suddenly shouts. It's all my fault. It's my fault. It's my fault that Makoto is dead. I'm sorry, Makoto. If I didn't say what I said back then, you wouldn't have taken your own life. Yeah, that's right. He was kind of the reason she killed herself, maybe. We don't know. Kuja starts talking once we get up to the roof. As you all know, Makoto and I were dating. We were the best couple on campus. Everyone envied us. But I envied her, my own girlfriend, because her grades were better than my own. It was a foolish reaction, I know, but the closer I got to her, the more I was reminded of that fact. I tried to hold it in, but I couldn't. I reached a point where my envy got the better of me, and I broke up with her. Everyone looks at Kujo in shock. Is that true, Kujo? Yeah, or at least his word. I know, so Kujo-kun was the reason after all. Don't blame Kujo! That's not okay. We don't know! You knew it? Well, not until I read the suicide note. The suicide note was addressed to her dearest partner. Ah, what have I done? I'm so sorry, Makoto. It's my fault you're gone. How could I not realize how much you love me? Please forgive me, Makoto. Kujo screams his lungs out. I can practically feel his anguish. Nanami hangs her head. Her shoulders tremble. That's no good. Kujo-kun. Kagura. True, you breaking up with her may have been the trigger, but Makoto wouldn't be happy to see you like this. She loved you after all. Why, Makoto? Why? Why didn't you talk to me first? I wanted to be there for you in your time of need. Nanami starts screaming into the sky. Nanami, Kujo, I know you will never overcome your regret, but we can't be prisoners of the past, you know. We have to live on. She's right, President. Yeah, you're right. Kujo forces a smile as he looks to the sky. Nanami steps up to Kujo. In her suicide note, Makoto wrote, "We're partners forever, okay?" I'm sure she's forgiven you. Nanami's lips twisted into a grin, a bone-chilling smile devoid of her usual brightness. Thank you, Makoto. And bye-bye. Now it's just me and Nanami. Don't say anything. Last time we did this and we got screwed out of the good ending. So this time we're gonna not say anything. Not yet. It's too early. Wise choice. There's no need to rush. Let's just keep observing for now. Ah! Now we're in Chapter 6. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna leave it here. Okay, we're in Chapter 6 now. So this is new territory for me. I've done everything up to this point, I think. There's nothing in the tips that I wouldn't know about, right? No, there wouldn't be new things in the... There wouldn't be new things. Okay. But yeah, I got the entire word book. I got the entire Woodburt book up to Chapter 5 filled out. So now I need to just make sure I know where to look for these words. I don't know, because it's not... Because this is Chapter 6. This is Chapter 6, so this is where the game's going to pick up now. Now we need to continue to investigate Nanami and what she did. There's got to be more characters going forward, though. There's got to be more SP words lying around. I'm pretty sure one of them has to be in this chapter, because there are 7, and we only have 4. So that means there's at least 3 more SP words, and we know there's not one in Chapter 5, so there's got to be one more chapter after Chapter 7, which means there's another chapter. But who knows? Who actually knows? But anyway, I'm going to leave it here. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on Facebook and on Twitter in the description below. And also check out my Patreon description below as well. It's only a couple bucks a month, and it really helps me out, so I would definitely appreciate it if you did that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!